time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. Hello everyone. I got an interesting email. I don't often get emails. I normally get comments from my videos, but this is an actual email to my email account. And it goes like this. It says, "Hi, we are Myriad's Veil, a new psychedelic folk project formed by Temple Fang guitarist Ivy Vanderveer and singer-songwriter Ismena. We saw your YouTube channel and we think it's really cool." Thank you. I think it's really cool too. How's that? "Our debut single, The Darkness, is out now, and we are hoping you'd be willing to share it on your channel by making a reaction video or share it in another way. You can listen to it here, and I get a link to the video. There's also a link at the bottom of this email where you can download the single and find some extra info. The following is a press release about the single." Now, I couldn't find a lot of information about this group, Myriad's Veil, but they're from the Netherlands. That's at least from one of the reviews that I read about their single called Hollow. This particular single, The Darkness, goes like this. "The Darkness is the first of two singles that psychedelic folk project Myriad's Veil will release before releasing their debut album, Pendant. With their musical journey starting in marriage, they found a way to balance and unite their own separate styles to create something new. The result is a debut album which mixes folk with psychedelic elements." So to me, that sounds like a lot of what was being done in the late 60s, early 70s with groups like Pearls Before Swine and so on, where they took a folk sound and then added a psychedelic touch to it. And that psychedelic wasn't just backwards guitars, but it was in lyrics and things of that nature. The album touches both darkness and light with themes like love, happiness, estrangement, and disorientation. The mix of dissonant guitars, compelling synths, and melodious harmonies have made their first single, The Darkness, a good representation of the interaction between serenity and estrangement on their album. So I thought, this is pretty cool. Like I said, I don't think I've ever gotten well, no, I did get one other email, but it wasn't from a band. It was from somebody who watched my show and had a lot of information about the female singer Lulu. But I normally don't get emails, so I thought this was kind of cool, and I thought, let's do it. I haven't heard the single. I picked on the link so I could set up for my show, but that's the furthest I went. So I'm interested to hear their take on folk and psychedelic. So here we go with Myriad's Veil doing the song The Darkness. I'm gonna stop right here. I like the sound. I like the music. There's that droning synthesizer throughout. The acoustic guitar really stands out. You've got what almost sounds like a flute, but I got a feeling that synthesizer as well playing in there. At least it sounds like a flute. And so I think the backing track is really, really nice. And then the vocals come in, and that must be Ismena doing the vocals. And I like the fact that they double tracked her voice. I thought that was kind of cool too. Normally on something like this, it's just a female vocalist, then they get into the refrain, and then you might get some other singers in there. So I like the fact that they double tracked that voice. It gave it a little bit of an eerie sound to the song. It made you almost sit back and think, okay, I'm kind of in a spatial area right now. It's not a lot of what I would think of folk. This sounds more like, and I could be totally wrong. I'm not like the expert on music, but it reminds me more of the shoegaze type music that was real popular with the 4AD label. But it does have some of those touches of psychedelic, because if you look back at the 60s, Donovan, okay, he was like psychedelic folk. Tyrannosaurus Rex, another one that was psychedelic folk. And I had mentioned Pearls Before Swine was another psychedelic folk. And they all had this kind of sound of acoustic instruments layered in with other types of instruments, mostly, like electric instruments, like keyboards, a little bit of bass guitar and so on. So I think that's being pulled into this, but it's got the vocals to me sound like the shoegaze type of music. And like I said, I could be wrong. I'm not like the expert on every piece of music, but this is well done so far. Let's keep on going. And I think that actually is a flute in there because I really love that sound in there. Then they come in with this heavy piano, and they've done that twice now. In that section right there, I mentioned earlier about Donovan. That sounded like Donovan. If you've listened to any of Donovan's acoustic music, that was the sound. And so when I was listening to this, initially, I'm going, who does this sound like? Psychedelic folk music. Who does this sound like? And in that section right there, you could have overlaid Donovan right in there, and you wouldn't have been able to tell the two apart. I think that's where I'm picking up the psychedelic sound out of this music, and she's got kind of a unique voice too. What I like about it, like I said, it's kind of spatial. It makes your mind kind of float, and you're trying to listen to the lyrics, but because of how she's using her voice, you kind of get lost in the sound. So let's keep on going.
You are near to guide me. Somewhere safer than here. You are the darkness. You are a stranger I forgot. Can I rest upon your shoulder when all is said and you're done?
Okay, that was a little different. So it had that acoustic guitar going all the way through it. You had that synthesizer drone. I believe that was actually a flute in there. As I was listening more and more, initially I thought it was a synthesizer as well, but the more and more I listened to it, I think that was really a flute. I like it when the piano came in because the piano changed the mood of the song a little bit. It had that hard hitting, hitting the keys very hard, and it kind of moved you away from listening to this and kind of waving back and forth. All of a sudden, you get that piano. So I really like that. One of the things that I thought could really have been added to this is some sort of instrumental break where there could have been some sort of solo to make a change. Now, there were timing changes in here. In fact, there was like 3 or 4 timing changes in here where the vocal, the guitar stayed pretty much the same, but the loudness and the vocal style changed. Like at the end, where they again double or triple tracked her voice to make it sound like there was more people singing on the song. They single tracked her voice in the middle, and they had like double tracked her voice at the beginning. So you had that change up in the voice. But I think it needed a little bit of something to kick it into gear. This reminds me a lot of, and I mentioned this when I stopped it previously. This reminds me of shoegaze. It reminds me a lot of Lush, where they have that very melodic sound throughout the song, and the vocals are very spatial, very much like what Ismena was doing on this particular song. So when I'm listening to this, there are pieces of it that sounded a lot like Donovan, okay? And then I'm going, but it's got that shoegaze sound a lot like Lush, especially when the vocals were more near the end of the song. There was that middle section that sounded like, hey, that's Donovan. So interesting. I'd like to hear more by this group. They've got another single coming out after this, and then a full album. So it'd be interesting to see where this group goes. I'm excited about groups like Myriad's Veil, where they're trying things different. This is something new, something different. I don't know of any other group that's kind of doing this right now. And they're an independent group. I believe they're independent. I don't think they're on a major label. I'm guessing they're independent. And I like that too. I love these independent groups where, they kind of do their own thing. Nobody tells them what to do. They just go out and I've got an idea and this is how we're going to record it. And they don't have some big producer out here or some big record company saying, no, that's not how you do it. You're going to do it like this. So I really appreciate these groups that are coming out that are independent and do their own thing. So this is fun. I really appreciate getting the email and the opportunity to hear this song. Again, I didn't know what to expect. I just this is the first time I've heard it. So it's one of those things that the more you hear a song, the more you can get into it. And I think, I know reactions are about the first take, but I would love to do a reaction where I listen to it like 3 times first. That'd be more fun. But this is Myriad's Veil doing their first single called The Darkness, which you can download, I believe, on iTunes, and I'm guessing it's on Amazon as well. So if you really dug this and you want to help the group, download the song. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was really cool, something different. I'd like to hear more by this group, and probably maybe do another video in the future when they release their next single. So if you like this, hit that like button. That'd be really appreciated. That's that thumbs up button. And if you have any comments about Myriad's Veil doing the song The Darkness, put it in the comments below. That'd also be really appreciated. Now, I'm going to take a link to their video, which really wasn't a video. It was a picture of the two people in the band. And but the music is what was important on this, just to hear the tune. So I'm going to take this video, put it in my description below. If you want to listen to it again, hit that link. It'll open up and play for you. I'm also going to put a link to the channel that uploaded this, which I believe was Myriad's Veils channel. So you might want to check that out as well. See if they have anything else out there that you want to watch and listen to. Now, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, why don't you do it right now? Go below my video. I know you still have it open. And hit that subscribe button. And you'll be making me very happy. If you go over here and ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. Again, thank Myriad's Veil for sending me the email and letting me know about this song. Very cool. I enjoyed it. Like I mentioned in my reaction, the only thing that I felt was kind of missing is a piece where we could have gotten into a nice instrumental break and have some sort of instrumental solo. I think that would have been kind of cool. Other than that, kind of neat. It put a smile on my face. I'm hoping put a smile on your face. And peace out, baby.